News Radio 700 WLW.
So it is April Fool's Day, and we were just talking about some stuff, just different little pranks that have been played along the way. And, you know, at a certain point, when's too much?
When you take the tennis ball and move it.
When you move it so the guy...
The father who can't see very well, still driving, runs into his wall.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit too much.
You're right. I was going to say, when you put your car on the other side of the garage, that's a little stiff.
Yes.
So when do you become liable in a situation like that? That's the reason we've got a legal mind to join us. Here's a lawyer. He's part of the Crain Brogdon LLP in Texas. He is Javier Pérez. Javier, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So
that's not a joke.
So yeah, Javier, let me ask you, because we were talking, Don and I have been talking. What crosses the line? Do you know when it's one thing to fill your your coworker's car with balloons or some such. But when does it get across the line? When do you become liable in a situation?
You know, the legal standard here is really actually kind of low in terms of what actually might be actionable. We're looking at things that, are beyond kind of an objective, reasonable person standard. But the only thing that makes it unlawful is why you're doing it. So, things that are, based on a person's race or sex, any kind of protected trait like that can be harassment, even if it's verbal. But, if it's really just, I'm doing this because it's April Fool's Day or because we're friends and I think, you might get a kick out of this. I don't see much legal liability, although it might get you in trouble internally.
So you could get fired for something, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think kind of the company would be well within its rights if it found something distasteful or, in violation of their internal policies. April Fool's Day or not, they still are the ones that set the rules. And so they're within their rights to discipline people, write them up, or worse, if they felt like something did cross the line. But that is something that's kind of set internally unless it's a form of discrimination. Okay,
so if I was at my job, this actually happened, and a coworker of mine, actually, he was an on-air DJ. So let's use Eddie, for instance. If Eddie went to the restroom and his bottle of water was there, and I saw that he left his bottle there, and I took my sunblock out of my bag and put sunblock around the top of his bottle and put his cap back on. And then when he gets back and I take a sip of water and, oh man, I was so thirsty, and he drinks his water bottle filled with sunblock, would that be a fireable offense?
Oh man. That's rough.
I did do that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Did you do that to me?
I didn't do it to you. I thought about it because I did it before and it was hilarious. But you've got a green cup, so it would be harder. Yes.
I think, kudos to you for getting away with it, so to speak. But, really employees, kind of the legal standard is, you can be fired unless you have a contract. You can be fired for any reason or no reason at all. It just can't be an illegal reason. So if you did the prank, I know my wife one time covered her boss's door with all of her business cards when she was leaving, and dropped a bag of glitter in one of his filing drawers. That, you're never going to get it all out. At that point, she was leaving anyway, and they were good friends, but any of those things could potentially be fireable offenses. You can get fired for stupid reasons or no reason at all, things that seem petty. It's just sort of the things that are connected to protected traits or protected activities where you can't fire people for that. So, if you're going to kind of step out and, go on the limb to play a prank, I would kind of be cautious about, like, is this the kind of workplace where that's going to cause a problem or not, or ruffle a feather?
Yeah, like a radio station might be a little more chill. Take a sip of your water, Eddie.
No, hell no, not now. Are you kidding me? So, Javier, I mean, would it serve you, honestly, in a legal stance, actually in an employment stance, to really not engage in any tomfoolery? And that's kind of like, it always seemed like, yeah, you can have some fun at work and just mess around with each other. But to do anything, and you're going to maybe you hit somebody on a bad day and they decide they're going to file on you. I mean, is it worth not doing?
I think, you have to kind of read the room, so to speak. But yeah, playing it safe, always being respectful and following the rules is certainly the safest way to go about things. But, it's also a workplace with people, and people hopefully have senses of humor. But, I wouldn't do it in a place where there's not a sense of humor. I'll put it that way.
Have you, sir, ever engaged in any tomfoolery around your workplace?
I might need to plead the fifth on that one. Office pranks. But, maybe here or there, and, got away with it when I was younger, and, maybe with a little bit more on the line, I might not be so brave.
Yeah, I think as you get older, and this is me, I'm afraid somebody's going to get hurt or be super offended by something. That's why I don't do it. I have only done it a couple times in simple stuff too, but I don't actually.
You tried to poison a man. Do you understand?
But it was only sunblock. You get that in your eyes and your mouth all the time. So not really.
He lived.
Maybe a little bit. He did live,
He
but he was super surprised.
Javier, I want you to be my defense attorney. He lived.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Javier.
But did you die? No. Yeah.
With that, sir, we're going to let you go, man. That's fun, and we really appreciate you taking time out of your day.
You bet. Thank you all. Have a good one.
All right. Take care.